So I knew that the Four Horsemen Studios figures were insanely popular. Hell, I've got quite a few myself, but until Toylanta, I didn't realize just how insanely popular they were, especially their Mythic Legions line. On opening night, everybody queued up first thing to get their hands on brand new figures, some hard to get figures that have gotten re-released for the con, and some that were limited quantities, only one per person per day, like this guy, the brand new legendary barbarian from Mythic Legions. And we're going to take a look at it next here on Action Figure Now. Taking a look today at Four Horsemen's Mythic Legions Legendary Barbarian. This one brand new. Able to pick this one up at Toylanta over the weekend, and it looks fantastic. I'm starting to get more into this type of fantasy type figure with barbarians and snakemen. Of course, Figura Obscura has been rocking my socks for quite a while now. I think it really got started with Jacob Marley over here. And then, oh man, next it was the Headless Horseman, Anubis and Bastet, and, well, the story just keeps getting better from there. But this guy is in the standard collector-friendly packaging. I love what they do with this with Four Horsemen. It's basically just the card on the back here, as you can see, and it's only secured by a couple of plastic tabs, and you can flip that up, slide the card off, and get it out very easily. So if you're brand new to the line, that's one thing that's awesome. And it's great if you love to keep your figures in their packaging and display them. If you like to take them out for just a little while and preserve the packaging, that's fantastic too. And if you're like me and you just can't wait to get into it, then it slides off just like that. And there you go. It's got the standard Four Horsemen right up on the back that you can get there. Some great art there as well. Just some really good stuff to check out here from Four Horsemen Studios. You know, basically, I won't lie to you, with the announcement that McFarlane is going to no longer be doing their line of DC characters coming up as of next year, I started to think, you know, what's the future of action figures? And I've got a lot of superheroes, and I have got more than enough DC characters. Do I need to do another line? So I thought, you know, once McFarlane's done, maybe I'm going to tap out at superheroes. So let's stretch my wings out and see what I can experience when it comes to some other properties. And Four Horsemen is just one of those lines that is, or one of those companies, I gotta say, that makes a lot of great lines. There's pretty much something for everybody. And you can check out the interview that we had with Jeremy, one of the guys in their sales division that we talked to at the con. Just had a great time interviewing him. A lot of great things coming on the way from Four Horsemen that we talked about in that video. So check that out if you're looking for some more information about what they're doing. But I'm loving this because barbarians, I've always had a soft spot in my heart for barbarians, especially Conan. And I got to say, this guy looks not entirely dissimilar from a certain Sumerian barbarian, if you catch my meaning, at least his alternate head. But he comes out of the package like this, again, very collector friendly. He's only in there with just a couple of these actual twist ties, actual metal twist ties that you can undo very easily. You don't have to cut him out. He's out of the package in the time it took me to say all I was saying. So he comes like this with the nice ginger beard and, you know, helmet here. And the idea here is that you can pull off the horns from this package of weapons right here. He's got a lot of cool stuff. Axe, he's got his barbarian sword, a shield, he's got some armor pieces, as well as these horns for his helmet. So I figure, why not check that out first? So we'll pop these guys right out of the package. And I'm kind of the collector that will, you know, I'll change my mind. I'll like to keep something out for a while and then want to put it back in the package. And this collector-friendly packaging really does it for me. And I got to tell you right now, I wish you could smell this, because this smells like every great action figure experience you've ever had. It's probably just like those volatile organic compounds that are going to give me lung cancer in the long run. But I'm telling you, man, this is the smell of childhood and when I worked at Toys R Us, all wrapped together in one. So that's a really great figure there. Really great look with those horns attached to the helmet and that epic Viking-esque, Nordic-esque, Celtic-esque beard braided there, looking super cool, looking super dangerous. And he's, of course, got a few more options of what you can do with him there. So we'll just put him up there while I pop out some of his other accessories, and he's got accessories aplenty. So, like I said, he's got his barbarian sword, because what barbarian would be caught dead without his really awesome sword, without something that you could slay ice giants or feral beasts or all sorts of snake and lizard men? Doesn't look too good for our friend the Pneumonian over here. We'll talk about him coming up in just a few. Also, his super duper axe. A lot of great sculpting work in there, and I really love the paint work that they add, the shadings, the washes. They just add so much to it there. Hope you can see that, because it looks fantastic here in my hands. Just an awesome axe in that barbarian fantasy style. Popping out his shield here, and of course, to hold his shield on, they got a couple of different ways you can do it. You got a handle here that you can pop on and have it like this. Ta-da. Or you can do it where it can clip on his wrist, and you can have it like that. I think I'm going to go with that. We'll try that here in just a few. Of course, he's got these arm pieces, and just like most of the just the other figures, you know, it's got those modular system pieces built in, so that he's got these holes back here that they can peg in. I don't think I'm going to put any armor on him just yet. Oh man, so much cool stuff going on. We'll get all this kit out here first. Got a cool leather strap for his sword, because Barbarian's got to have a cool leather strap for his sword. And then he's got his other armor piece here. And what I really like is the multitude and plethora of hands that we've got here. And then his other head sculpt. And as you can see on that head sculpt, not entirely dissimilar from a certain Sumerian we've all come to know and love. I really love, I hope you can see that there, guys. The green eyes. Just fantastic work there. So with this head, what you can do is you can choose one of three hairstyles. Say you're feeling Hyborian. Well, dang if that ain't a really awesome Viking, or barbarian, I should say, right there. Really cool looking. I don't know if you're feeling a little Eternian, perhaps. By the power of what now? That's good looking stuff right there. Fantastic looking sculpt there with that hair. Love that. I like that a lot more than I actually thought I would, to be honest with you. That's super cool. Just a really great base sculpt there. And then you kind of got a ginger hair here if you want. I mean, that's just super cool. I mean, that is the perfect barbarian head. I think that's what a lot of people think of. If you've ever casually seen anything Conan related, if you've seen anything barbarian related, sword and I mean, that's just that jawline, the eyebrows, fantastic. Just that's a face of power right there. So of course we've got him right out of the package like this. We've got his nice beard. You know what? I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and throw this on here. This suggests that this goes into his left socket, and this goes into his right. God bless him for that. They've labeled them. So there's like a little L and an R on the inside there, so you can see where it's supposed to go. Kind of pegs in there. Boom. So I feel like he is going to be kind of axy, this version. So right there, we've got a super cool barbarian with super cool armor and a really badass axe to grind into the skulls of his foes. Just looking fantastic there. I'm really loving what they're doing. Now, again, with any figures like these, you guys definitely want to kind of take it nice and gingerly when you get them first out of the package. They definitely suggest, honestly, and there's a little piece of paper here that's going to suggest that you heat it up, whether that be to boil it or to hit it with a hair dryer. And, you know, it's not a terrible idea, to be honest with you. But if you've manipulated a figure, and you know what you're doing, and you're careful with it, you can really avoid any costly mistakes there or action figure tragedies. Feeling the joints there, most of them nice and tight, especially the ball joints at the shoulders. I will say the rotation here at the leg, which is great to have, it's not the tightest, but it's not terrible. So I definitely like that articulation. Just definitely something to check out. And it might be something where I can tighten that up here coming up in the future. So I definitely love what we got going there with that. So I like what we've got here, kind of a militant Viking style of berserker there with that helmet. is very much what that says to me. Very, very Celtic there, kind of Nordic in the helmet. I love what they're doing with this. I love this line. And I'm going to take Jeremy's advice, the guy we interviewed, like I said, from Fourhorseman, and I'm going to collect forward. And I'm not going to try to play catch up with all these others. Just kind of check out what's coming in the future and see what is next, and just really going from there and trying to enjoy it that way. Because I think you could go absolutely crazy, especially with Mythic Legions. Some of these figures go for hundreds of, hundreds of, you know what I'm talking about. Like $600 for a 6-inch figure. Some of these people are asking for a 6-7-inch scale figure like this. And while these are amazing, don't get me wrong, it's absolutely not worth $700. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless it comes with a cure to cancer. No spank you. I can't do that. And here in this little baggie of goodness, we've got some more accessories. We've got some chains in this dime bag of doom, and actual metal chains there with some plastic hoops. So these chains themselves are little metal pieces, and they're just glued there onto these plastic pieces. So the shackles themselves are plastic, and they do not open. You basically just take it, his hands off, stick it over the wrists, and pop that back on. That's what you do there. And then he comes with a multitude of other hands. He's got a pair of gesticulating hands. Ooh. He's got a pair of grabby hands. He's got a pair of slightly grabbier hands. And he's got a pair of fists there as well. So looking really good. And of course, he's got a couple with the different angles of articulation. So this will be his left sword hand or axe hand, and it pivots up and down like this. Whereas this one will pivot like this. So that's really cool that they've given us the different angles of articulation there as well. Super cool. And not every hand is exactly a match, 1-for-1, so that's cool. Whereas, say over here with our guy, our Nimian, let me see, am I saying that right? Yeah, our Ninian infantryman, our reptile guy over here, he comes with basically symmetrical hands all the way down. What a great looking figure this guy is. Just awesome as well. I figured sword and sorcery, he needs someone to slay, and what better than a really cool, really colorful lizard serpent snake man. But we'll talk a little bit more about him again in just a second. I keep getting ahead of myself here. I'm just so excited about these new toys. I feel like it's something really cool and really new in my life, and I'm excited. So I tell you what, if Mythic Legions are something that have been in your wheelhouse or your repertoire for a while now, tell me what I need to know. Tell me what the best way to approach this is. Tell me what your favorite line is, like what or subline within Mythic Legions is, and your favorite characters. What do I need to look out for? What should I do to have the best Mythic Legions experience with Fourhorseman? I think now I'm gonna just let us know in the comments below. That'd be super cool, because the whole thing that we're about is really just talking about toys. We love hanging out, talking about toys, talking about collecting action figures, the hobby, the industry, where things are going, especially with the current state of affairs. Just so let us know down in the comments below. We just love to hear from you guys. So now I'm going to pop on, as I've done, the standard barbarian head. Really dope looking there. And you can take off a few pieces. Well, basically, you can take off all of his armor, and then he's got his loincloth underneath. I hope he still has his loincloth underneath. I might end up taking this piece here off as well. But every good barbarian, as I've said, needs his good barbarian sword. So let's get this in his hand. Really big and oversized there, like every good barbarian should have. And then, oh, there it is. Well, that won't stay on quite so well. Let's see. That might go on better if we try it right there on his gauntlet. Because it doesn't look like it wants to peg on it. I don't want to go up too hard, or too high rather, because I feel like that's going to scratch down on the paint where it's just going to go. So you know what? No shield for you, fake Conan, Fonan, as we shall call you. Tell you what I'm going to do. Gently peg that on there, and we'll give him the old hand treatment. The old hand jive, as it were. Jive, hand jive, I said. Get your mind out of the gutters. There we go. There we go. There's a barbarian from someplace, whether it be Samaria, Thorian Age, Iborian Age, or just old school action figure age when things were really cool before this year. And the hobby got vastly more expensive overnight, but I digress. Of course, we were talking about our good friend, the barbarian there, again with the different hair pieces. I'll swap those out for you so you can see what that looks like as well. Looking pretty dope there. Let me get that all on there. See, again, like I said, looks very Eternian. Looks very, very Eternian there, which is not too bad at all. Again, I think if I see these guys at the next con that we attend, and this guy is available, I will snap up another one just so I could do some army building, because I didn't want to be that guy. I didn't want to buy like 1,000,000 or as many as they would legally sell me, at the con. But I got this in hand now, and it's super cool, and I'm really enjoying posing this. I'm really enjoying the different head swaps and the way that you can customize it. So many great ideas popping up. Just awesome to have that on hand. A team of crazy barbarians. And then there's that ginger look for him, as you can see there. The ginger barbarian. Super cool. Looking really great. Awesomeness in hand. So that's Fourhorseman Studios there. I don't really care for the ginger as much. So we're going to go back to our black-haired, green-eyed monster, Bronan, the Cancerian. Super cool. Yeah, man. So a lot of different ways to pose to customize this, and that's what you're going to get from Fourhorseman Studios. Same can be said with this, the Ninian Infantryman. So this reptile-based guy, since I started collecting Motu again last year, really getting into that and seeing how they've expanded with the line of Snakemen, I thought I'm going to go down a Snakemen rabbit hole, and I did. So this guy's super awesome as well. You know what you're going to get into with the quality of the paint apps, especially on this guy. So a lot of great color work there with the reds, the reds and blues, and then the cream color underneath on the tail, and really awesome there on the chest piece. They're doing a lot of amazing work with the paint apps here and the various washes to give it a lot of depth and to have that color really pop for you and have that sculpt pop as well. I love that snaky, striky face with those fangs out. A lot of great detail there in the throat and in the mouth. Just such a great figure, so expressive. So I've definitely left this head on. It comes in package standard with this, and it's a great head, don't get me wrong. Absolutely great looking action figure head there. Super cool. But when you've got something as awesome as this, what are you going to do? I mean, I think the choice is obvious. Weapon choices when it comes to our Ninian friend here, or Ninian, or however I'm supposed to pronounce it. We've got a mace and the spear. I think the spear looks just a little bit cooler to have there with his shield as well. When it comes to extra hands, he has got a plethora, a multitude of them, quite a bit more than our barbarian friend here. But of course, I think our barbarian friend makes up more for that in these two distinct great head sculpts with the 3 hair pieces, your armor pieces, the multiple hands, weapons, and chain accessories there. So that's pretty dope. And I've gone down a fantasy rabbit hole. So like I said, since superheroes are going to kind of change hands within the next year, I thought, you know what? I'm going to have fun with what they're going to be doing with McFarlane and DC for the time being. But then again, you know what? Maybe it's time to turn the corner. Maybe it's time to start collecting all sorts of crazy fantasy figures. And Savage Crucible was also at Toylanta. And we, and by we I mean myself, Justin, there for moral support, just cleaned up and had a really great time with these figures as well. These more reptilian kind of still playing off that that Hyborian age, that idea of lost worlds, lost continents, forgotten histories, crazy reptile and fishman and all sorts of cool stuff. So this is from wave 1 there. That's Como of the Isles. We've got, this was a previous exclusive, or at least for cons, I believe it was. Got this last year anyway. This is an Imperial Guard. This guy's name is ridiculous. I couldn't possibly pronounce it, but he's got a ton of spikes on his armor. And how cool is that? Guys, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, and share with a friend. If you do, that helps the channel grow, and it puts us closer to getting Vincent some arms. That's right. This poor man can't even keep a shirt on because he ain't got no arms. Vincent needs arms. Like, share, and subscribe, and you can make that dream come true. Guys, be safe out there. Take care of each other, and we'll see you on the next one.